Hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, stick around. We're going to do a whole heap of tanking. And I might take 2 seconds to spruik my other channel. I've started a mobile gaming channel. It's currently got PUBG and a few other things are going to be going up on there as well. Rules of survival, that kind of thing. And that's called The Bushka. I'll put a link in the description. Today I'm going to look at one of the more common things that you find in tournament play, and something that they build whole strategies around, and it's called the farm position. Now that sounds like very cool, and like, oh, he's in the farm position. Hey, look at, I know this guy. He's exhibiting a grade 3 farm position with a slight twist and a hello boys. No, it's very, very simple, really. It's basically when you are overlooking an opponent, overlooking a comrade, and he is holding an area, and you using his position and his chutzpah to actually put big damage out into the red guys. Very, very straightforward, hey? Well, at least it sounds straightforward. But what about when you're in games like this, where you don't have a platoon mate and you basically got to use your nous? That's when you have to really figure it out. And I want to talk to you about this game specifically, because this is exactly the kind of game that you should be looking for and the kind of thing you should be looking to emulate. I'm in a really high DPM tier 10 medium, the T62A. I'll pump out 3,500 before I pop adrenaline. And I'm not right at the back. I'm in the cap circle. And what I'm going to do here is build pressure through cap, and I'm going to use this Centurion 701, and I'm going to overlook him and basically farm off him. Now, I'm going to do this, and it's really going to carry the game home. Like, this is the reason we're going to win this. It might be something that feels a little bit mercenary, but I'm not way at the back. It's not like I'm in the corner taking poor shots and not really being effective. I am in a position here where they know if they push up, they're going to pay. That's all there is to it. If I was all the way at the back, they'd know they could get up to this guy, they could flank him, they could do all kinds of things. I am overlooking him. I am overwatching him. I am farming off his hit point pool. Now, he's gone down, but it's well and truly stopped everyone here, and there is now a PTA in front of me as well. I'm going to do the same thing with him. Now, I have the best DPM in the game right now, like for our team, for sure, and I've also probably got just about the best armor for the position that I'm in right here. Our 268's gone, our PTA is doing a really good job as well, and we're being very, very patient. And because I'm in the cap circle, building pressure, all that pressure, they can't help it. They're going to have to come through at one point in time. That was a really bad move by the PTA. He shouldn't have pushed in there, and he should really just be conserving his hit points, because realistically, we're going to force them in here in a second, because we're on 83, 84, 85. The scent hits me with a Hesh round. I'm happy the PTA clears a 57. Well done him. We're now going to put another shot in the top of that 57 heavy. Oh, he just sneaks away. But you can see he's finally going to get cleared, that PTA. He actually did a really good job in the end. I just didn't want him coming out sideways in front of that 57 heavy. Happy to take the hit there. Bounce another one because we're hull down, and we're going to clear the E100. That's exactly what we talk about when we talk about the farm position. You can see that was pretty clear. I was very happy to use that as a game because it was absolutely 100% clear. We built pressure through cap. We overlooked the 7-1 on the PTA. They might not have liked it particularly, but it was a huge reason as to why we won. And we were right up close and personal, and we were in a nice farm position. Now, I'm going to show you another game in a very different tank, the Tiger 1, with Horse, one of the patrons, Thiago, and this is on a stream, actually. I think it was on a stream, the EU stream that I do. There we go, Kolobanov, 3.5k, but it wasn't really a Kolobanov. It was more like a 10 Kolobanov, that one. Now this is a really, really good example of it, an excellent example of it. And I don't have the audio on this because the audio would illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to push low. The team's going to push high and get cleared pretty easily, right? And so by the time we get there, it's going to be overwhelming, nigh on insurmountable odds. And what we're going to do is institute this two-man game again, much like the game that you just saw there where I was running off the hit point pools of the two tanks in front of me. I'm going to tell Horse just to hold that farm position and not bleed. Now, you might have heard that when I was interviewing RH for the Mouse Magician video, the Pro Series, the masterclass video I did with RH and the mouse. And it's a really important term, and it's a really important thing to get your head around. Because bleeding is where, when you're on really low hit points, on a really bad situation with a whole lot of tanks on you, and you're bleeding, you make it, even if you're trading hit points, that's a bad deal. Because what happens is you put a shot into them, they put a shot into you. When you eventually get the tank down to an area where you could possibly conceivably clear them, they won't come out. And yet there's 3 other tanks there that'll still come out and bang you. So it really doesn't work. You can't bleed. What you need to do is hold the position you're in. Just try and put shots off that the enemy give you without taking shots back, and let the guy with the high DPM gun behind you put in the damage. Much like you saw in the last game where the Cent and the PTA did a great job pushing at the front, and I put all the pump in at the back in the 62A. That's exactly what we're going to do here, Horse and myself, in the Tiger 1 and the T29. Now, the rest of the team's going to crumble. They got pushed on very hard. It was 5-on-7 in the end, and those 2 extra tanks seemed to make the difference, and the team kind of exposed themselves, gave up a couple of early tanks, and then it turned into like a 3-on-7, which was very, very hard for them to hold. Here we go. Now Sean is going to tell everyone they're noobs. And what you can see me, I'm telling Horse now, he's from the old boys there. I'm saying, Horse, just hold that position, don't bleed. Don't bleed, hold the position, don't lose hit points. And he can't help but lose some hit points, but what he's doing is minimizing the damage he's taking. This fellow over here in the AM, MA, the Easy 8. The AM, the MA, Easy 8. I don't know where we're going to... And there you go. Horse is still in a position where he's trying just to not bleed, right? He's hard up against that rock. They're not giving him a lot of options, but we're slowly putting enough damage in to the point where we can drag this back across the line. And this is what the farm position is all about. And now we're starting to share the hit point pool. Horse has cleared that guy. I put a couple into him. I've got some good bounces. I've got all the damage up top. Horse is low, but hopefully we force enough kills, get another kill in here. Pump the adrenaline. Horse is still just holding up. The VK's a one shot. The Comet's a one shot. Done a really, really good job here of actually dragging this back to a 2-on-3 situation and now a 1-on-3. That Comet can't really push. The Bulldog is low as well. We got a gun that will absolutely clear both of those guys in one shot. Horse is dead on. He did a brilliant job there. And he doesn't get the credit from the game itself, but he held that line, waited for me to get into position, and then we just farmed a whole heap of damage off those guys. We just missed Dragonfire from the Grump clan there, another one of the Patron boys, and this M41 Bulldog is going to make a grave error here. He's going to push out. He's actually got us in between a rock and a hard place, but we are able to traverse and reverse pretty quickly because it is a Tiger 1. Here we go. Tries to squeeze one in. Dragon in strife now. There he is. He knows he's only on 2 hit points. Tries to get around. There we go. That is the very epitome of the farm position from the farmer's perspective. Horse with a really, really good effort there. Let's have a look at the numbers afterwards. I did 2100. We got another Kolomanov. Horse only got 1197, but he was absolutely the linchpin there. His ability to hold that line and stop the guys from progressing forward with his high alpha gun was brilliant. Now, what about if we put it from the other perspective? Here's Natty 1978, good mate of mine from Grump, great player, and he is in the T110E4. Now he is overlooking me from the church tower there. I'm going to poke and spot here on the low side of Vineyard. Now I'm in a very good hull down tank, the T110E5. In this situation, I'm still going to get damage in, but I am going to be the spotter. Natty is going to be the farmer. He is going to be overlooking my area there. Now you can see how someone has just flattened a car there. So I know there is probably someone pushing up there. The Yag Tiger knows who I am, which is really not good news because that means they are going to pump towards me. I'm expecting someone to spot up here, either on my left or dead ahead. I put a prospecting shot down there. Don't get spotted. Very curious. Someone has definitely banged that car. I don't want to push up too far. I just want to... Oh, there we go. Natty spot on, don't push. There's our Yag Panzer. And there on the left is the T54. He was the one with the good camo. who not only spotted me without being spotted, but also popped that car at the start. So that was the mystery solved. I've got a pretty good turret here, but it's not good enough to just bounce shots off a Jaegeroo if he decides to get involved. What I, however, do have is an awfully big angel on my shoulder. There's the Jaegeroo. Now, I'm just going to keep popping backwards and forwards, generally giving Natty targets and creating a situation where if they're not very careful, the red guys, they are going to get a whole lot of damage for not a lot of return. And there you go. That T-54, he's only got 5 degrees of gun depression. That means that he's got to expose himself to get that shot off. I don't want to die, so I'm actually pulling back, popping the Yag. And I'm hoping Natty can actually sort him out as well. So he's firing HE because I'm hull down, which means I'm a very tough pen. I push forward, get 310, which is a beautiful roll with heat. Basically the average roll of a 105mm gun, which wasn't a whole lot of fun. And then I'm going to try and sneak another one in here. Now this Yag is in all kinds of trouble because he can't follow me around. He knows if he pumps out and pushes hard, my big Natty, the T110E4, hello, that's exactly what happens. This is very much the exact opposite of the last 2 games. And it's by design. It's very much by design. And this is what we term the farm position. And this is the tag team, the 1-2. Natty is doing the perfect job here. He's got a lovely big gun with a whole lot of pen, and he just HEs the mouse now, leaves him in severe hit point distress, and we punish him off. I have a feeling he was typing at that point in time, which is a bit rough. But anyway, we know there's a T-54 here somewhere. We're pushing up. There he is. Excellent. It's 4 on 4. 54 does get one into me there, which was a bit of a surprise. But for all that, we can see the last 4 on their team. They're down here, and Natty's now going to move. We stopped those 2 guys dead in their tracks. We cleared them, and now we're going to start rolling on down towards the rest of the team and helping out with these guys at the end of the map. I hope you guys really grasp that concept and start using it in platoons. Stop being the idiot that says coward, dog, or pretends like someone shooting at them from the back of the map is a crime against humanity. If you're silly enough to see a platoon and you see one member of the platoon and you don't see the second member of the platoon, you can nearly be sure that they are either going to be in a supporting position directly next to them or in a position to actually farm damage. And that's really important that you start taking these things on board because they will be a big part of what gets you across the line if you want to win games against good platoons and players that are good in big, high alpha tanks. We're in a bit of a spot here though. Natty's playing pretty well. That E100 had ammo rack damage, but it's the mouse that's the real key here. We've got to clear that mouse. And that's what heat was invented for. Heat was invented for mouses. And if you don't like heat, then that's fine. If you drive a mouse, if you could turn your whole turret completely side onto me so that I can pen you with AP, that'd be great. Likewise, if you ever get upset that someone fires heat at you in any kind of tank, just make sure that next time, if you don't want them to fire heat, you actually turn your tank side on. That way, everyone can fire AP-only rounds. If you're sensing that I'm being sarcastic there, that's because I am 100% being sarcastic there. That's the farm position. It's a tag team that works a treat. It helped us to really clear that flank and hold the line. And it helped win 2 big games before it. That's 3 wins from intelligent play, using our brains, and actually working as a team. Until next time, boys and girls, look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield.